Hey, I'm Scotty T from Your Comedy Minute. I have a comedian named Bubs with
How's
me.
it going?
Hi, Bubs. How are you?
Just living the dream in northern Wisconsin here.
Living the dream in northern Wisconsin.
Absolutely.
What do they call it? A Youper or something up that way?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're actually a little bit south of the bridge, but I'm a Youper at heart for sure.
Do you want to tell the people what that is? Because a lot of people I didn't know until I met some people from up there.
Yeah, so basically you go to Canada, you've gone a little bit too far, turn around, come back about 20 minutes, you're in the UP of Michigan. We're
Okay.
actually further north than Toronto, Canada. A lot of people don't know that.
Wow. I've been to Toronto.
Yeah,
Upper Peninsula, and then it becomes UP, which is Youper.
correct. Yep.
Okay. Were you born and raised in Wisconsin? Is that where you're at, Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's where I live now, but don't tell anybody I was actually born in Iowa.
You were born in Iowa.
Oh yeah, corn
How,
fed. I'm
how
about
did you
six.
how did you end up? Let me guess. You got married.
No, no, no.
Okay.
So the key to moving around the country is you want to get parents that are dysfunctional slightly, maybe a drug addicted dad, something like that. You get to live in a lot of locations.
Okay.
So I got to go to, I think I went to like 9 elementary schools, like three middle schools, several high schools. So I'm
Okay.
pretty good at making friends.
So you all over from Iowa to everywhere and ended up in
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
Minneapolis, and then we ended up in the UP, and I fell in love. I fell in love with the
Oh yeah.
backwoods up here.
When did you start? And again, I know the answer to this, but for people that are just tuning in, when did you start doing comedy?
Embarrassing enough, it's only been about 6 months, but boy, I'm
Six,
jumping
seven
in head
months. That's what I
first.
thought. Because there's a YouTube up of your you have a YouTube channel and there's a clip up from your first open mic.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
My wife actually she brought me to a comedy show and I said, you know what? I'm finally gonna pull the trigger and do it. And
good.
she's one of those people that gets embarrassed for you. So
Okay.
she was like, no, you don't want to do this. Let's not do it. I did it, and it is like a dang old drug.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that
yeah.
stage is my dealer.
Well, that was my question. The follow up to that question is a catalyst that caused you. Usually, there's something that says, Tim, I'm gonna, or I'm sorry, Bubs. I almost called you by your real name,
You're good.
Bubs. Bubs. Was there a catalyst that just, or you just decided I'm gonna do it?
So I just sort of decided I was going to do it. And then as luck have it, one of the guys that I sort of worked with in a circle roundabout way also had a comedy production company
Okay.
up here in the UP. And so he had a competition. I said, oh, I'll try that. I won second place. And I got to give a huge shout out to Frozen Squid Productions. They're not around anymore, but boy, oh boy, have they done a fantastic job encouraging comedians.
Yeah, well, and I was going to wait till the end, but Jessica Phillips. Do you know Jessica?
Oh, I sure do.
Yeah, well, Jessica was on several months ago, and I think she's going to come back here shortly. At least that's what she said. I hope
Nice.
so. And she was all about frozen squid, and that's where I learned about that area. And anybody that you want to shout out to, the new guy up there, or whatever, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, I'm working with the Extra Event Center out of Lance. There's a guy up there who's really, I mean, he's really trying to make things happen. He's bringing in big names. He's got his own little event center. It's a bring your own beer venue, which is, I think, the coolest part of it. So people come, they bring coolers, buy tickets. It's a great time.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Um, and in watching some of your stuff, you recently got injured. I think 4th of July or something.
Yes, I
What happened?
mangled my foot. Well, I was just grabbing firewood. I stepped off and I literally rolled it. Broke. I crushed a cubic bone, which I didn't even know existed. Mangled some ligaments and all kinds of stuff. Every doctor I went to is like, "Oh, you're probably not going to walk right again," and like just all this horrible stuff. They're like, "You want painkillers?" And I'm like, "Let me stop you right there on those painkillers. I got a whole theory about those." It's
Okay.
like I think that they take the pain away from the ankle, they just move it to your colon, then you got to deal with that shit later. I don't want that mess. And then it gets really
Okay.
bad when they move it to your family and you lose everything you love.
Yeah, right, right, right. Well, I didn't get past this is because I'm an idiot. I didn't get past getting firewood in July.
Oh, yeah, I was just grabbing some. Oh, we were just having a bonfire for the fourth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought, damn, it's cold in July up there.
no, sometimes. But no, the worst part is I was supposed to do my first real show like a week later. So I'm on a knee scooter The stage is about 4.5 feet high. I had to crawl up the stairs, hop on an e-scooter, fly across the stage, and try not to fall off, which I almost
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would have been a bomb or awesome though.
Excuse me. Comedians that inspired you, like as you were growing up and stuff, and then the follow-up question, comedians that you like now.
Yeah, so definitely I like styles that are nothing near what I do. So like Dimitri Martin is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Currently Nate Bargatze, Dusty Slay. I love what they're doing with the Nate Land stuff. I think
Yeah.
they're awesome. Brian Bates, all of them.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I remember being a little kid watching Chris Rock and Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
and
Okay. Um, I think if I'm right, again, we're just doing this one off. We just scheduled this just a few hours ago. You have a couple of kids, at least one child or two, couple of kids.
yeah, I got two girls.
Okay, two girls, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I was actually raised by older sisters and a mom. And
Okay,
then the reward I get for that is I have two daughters and a wife now. So I'm just
yeah,
consistently surrounded by women trying to figure it out.
but you don't think you're a good parent?
I'm actually terrible at it. Immature, very immature, and that didn't change when I had kids. I'll give you a perfect example. So my kids had a friend of theirs parents literally get arrested and sent to jail for child abuse. And so my kids are like 7 and 11, and they're asking me like, "Oh my God, Dad, we don't even know what happened. They were so nice.
Yeah,
We didn't see this coming." And I'd explain to them, a lot of times child abuse happens behind closed doors when no one's looking,
right.
right? And then I thought that was kind of funny. So I trained my kids. I'd go, "When does child abuse happen?" They're like, "When nobody's looking." So I'd bring my friends around and say it. I'd die laughing until they were about 15, 16 years old. Then they're like, "When nobody's looking." It's like they lost their enthusiasm, but I guess that happens to all cult leaders at some point.
Are they really 15, 16? You don't look that old.
They're older than that now, brother. I got one. She's a junior in college right now. She'll be
Wow.
21 next 2 months from now,
Okay, all right.
and the other one's a senior in high school.
And I'll bet
Starting young.
you still get material from them.
Oh, big time. They outsmart me constantly. Constantly. My daughter was first grade, I think. She came up to me with one of her questions. "Dad, how does gravity work?" And I'm thinking, "You idiot, let me explain that to you." That's a hell of a question to ask somebody. Like, how does it actually work? And like, I'm like, "Well, it just does. So go to your fucking room." You know what I mean? Like,
No, no. You know what I would have done? I'd have grabbed something and go, watch, boom, drop it on her head. That's how gravity works.
oh, she was tracking that piece, but she wanted to know like, how does it work? And I'm just like, golly, like, go to school. That's what that's for, right? That's why I pay that.
Yeah. There was some other stuff you did. I watched a few. You did some other bits about bad parenting.
Yeah, like I said, man, they've been outsmarting me since they were little. Another great example, the word gooder, right? So I'm trying to teach my kids to talk right, act like normal
Gooder.
adults. Yeah, my daughter comes home and she goes, "Dad, this picture is gooder." And I'm like, "Well, gooder's not a word." Without hesitation, she responds to me, "Dad, different people have different beliefs, and I believe gooder's a word." I'm like, go to your room. I don't know. I don't know what to do with
How do you,
that.
how do you deal with that, right?
It's like
Uh,
I'm getting,
you recently had a birthday, if I'm right. Happy belated birthday.
thank you. Yeah, I turned 41.
41. Was it September 23rd or something was your birthday?
September 22nd, but yeah.
22nd. I'm off by a day. I saw you have a YouTube channel, Facebook, and then the Instagram. That's where the bubs come in, isn't it?
Yeah. So, speaking of my great parenting again, this is where my kids learned that I was not as smart as they thought I was. I asked them to help me set up that Instagram account,
Okay.
and it's so frustrating because it's like I just want to be, Bubs. Can't be Bubs. All right, I'll be the Bubs. Can't be the Bubs. All right, I'll be the real Bubs. It's like, well, the real Bubs are already motherfucker. So I have to be the.real.bubs, which is a shitload to say, and it tastes like ass coming out of a grown man's mouth. I feel like a nerd every time I have to say it.
Okay. And do you also, I'm guessing here because I haven't had a chance to look, do you do TikTok as well?
I've started dabbling in TikTok a little bit. Again, I'm 41, so technology is starting to advance past me.
Yeah.
Now that my daughter's in college, my other one's busy with school, they can't help me as much. So next summer, look for more TikToks from this guy.
I that no, I don't do TikTok.
Okay.
No, you said 41. I'm 62.
Yeah.
And see, I'm like Archie Bunker. Well, geez, let me tell you there, meathead. I'm not that China thing and the spy balloon, and I just well, TikTok actually offered me to come and do longer stuff for them, and I said, "Nah, I'll pass." I
Yeah,
just, it's not. I would just want to clarify. It's not that I don't like the Chinese people. I just don't like the way China does some shit.
that's fair. It's actually banned platform in
Yeah,
a
well, and I
lot of
just did, believe it
employers.
or not, this morning I did one with a girl from China, and here
Hmm.
you go. Just so you get this will put the little whip topping and the cherry on it. Do you know that TikTok's not in China?
I did not know that.
I swear to God, I found that a couple of weeks ago. I did one with Pete Grella, and he's in China, and he said, "No, we don't have TikTok here." And I confirmed it today. I said, "Do you have Tik? No, we don't have TikTok here." Okay.
Weaponizing social media, making us dumber. I feel dumber every time I scroll through it. My,
It's you.
I didn't think my attention span could get shorter, but boy, the last year it has.
Yeah. Well, thank God I'm not a I've had a lot of success. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. I mean, when for a 62-year-old guy that you talk about technology getting by you, at my age, I'm surprised I can pull the shit off that I do and amass what I've amassed. But it just I this is supposed to be a comedy show.
Well, I'll tell you what, watching me try to operate TikTok and Instagram is pretty damn funny, at
Well,
least to the
no, but you
kids.
you talk about the attention span. Like I'll scroll. I mean, and you get sucked up. Although I'm blessed that now all I see when I go to Instagram is get 5,000 more followers, play this, like and share, like and comment. That's all I get.
Every other damn video, and God bless you if you accidentally click on one.
No,
It's like,
don't do that. Don't do that.
that algorithm just beats the shit out of you.
And I don't even know why I see that shit because I don't like any of them. I got kicked off Facebook 9 times in 1 year.
Nice.
I got kicked off YouTube for 3 days, then for 7 days. As recently as today at noon, I had a one premiere, and I went to submit the video to Facebook, and it said we're gonna have to do a security check.
Nice. Just to make sure you don't slip anything we don't like.
Oh no! The irony is, I just did one the day before. I put up about Yuri Talachko, the guy who married his sex doll and
Oh,
cheated
jeez.
cheated on her with a supermarket chicken and an inanimate object. Can't even say that twice.
That's a real story.
Yeah,
That might have changed the outcome of my weekend. That's
Yuri
disturbing.
Talachko. He dated his sex doll. He met her, but he didn't want to marry her till he got to know her. So he dated her for 6 months, and then he cheated on her with an inanimate object and a supermarket chicken. They got divorced, and you got to go through. He's got two new love dolls, but he's in love with an ashtray now. He's in love with an ashtray.
So let me ask you this: what part of that is mental illness? The part where he did all those weird things, or the part where you referred to the sex dolls as she?
They look like they look they're really good looking sex dolls.
Yeah, but you had me so convinced I almost asked if she got half his shit.
No, it's true. I mean, you just click on my thing, you see it, or you Google them. But let's move on.
That's crazy.
You got in trouble. This is one of my favorite bits that I saw that you do. You got in trouble about using the phone. You did some stuff with the phone.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got a petty streak to me. I hold grudges an awkward amount of
Yeah.
time. Essentially, I had this boss who I'm a pretty heavy fella, always have been. But I have this boss, and I was working at a country club. I was out on the driving range, and I worked as hard as any 14-year-old does, right?
Right.
And he would come up and just talk shit to us, and it's like, what? Like there was one day in particular. He walks up to me, hands me my paycheck, and he goes, "Don't spend it all at McDonald's, fat boy." And it's like at 14, what do you do? I'm just like, fuck you, dude. But you can't say it to him. He's an adult. B, you're at work, so you just kind of suck it up and move on. Well,
Right.
one day I had enough, and I walked to him. I said, "You know what, Don? You're a fucking asshole. I hate working here. Fuck you. I hope you die soon." And I got on my bike and I started riding home, right? And I can't
Can
even
you
express
explain
to
that
you.
one more time? You do that whole bit, especially the last one. I really like the last one.
Yeah, I was like,
I
fuck
quit.
you, Don. I quit. I hope you fucking die. And I got on my bicycle and I'm riding home, and it was the proudest moment of my little prepubescent freaking years, dude. I just stood up to my bully. It felt great.
Yeah.
So fast forward, like I kid you not, at least probably 2 or 3 years for the first time I did it. And I was having a bad day, and this dude used to just pop up in my head, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck him. I'm gonna call him. So I dial 763-546-1469. That's his real number for the record. And he answered, and I go, fuck you, Don. And I hung up the phone, and it felt amazing. And it really
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of changed how I handled stress as a grown up. The
Okay.
worst part, though, about decade and a half later, I'm 30 something years old, have a bad day,
Did
been
this
doing
for
this the
10 or
whole
20
time.
years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All
It's
right.
unhealthy. My therapist and I are working on it. But,
Okay.
but yeah, so I dial the number and his wife answers, and I said, oh, hi, ma'am, is Don there? And she goes, I'm sorry to tell you, Don Singer passed away. And I was like, I was kind of hurt by it. I was like, damn. Mostly because I had, to this point, developed zero skills for dealing with adult life other than calling and yelling at this guy. So
Okay.
I just leveled with her. I said, ma'am, I said, I got to be honest with you. I said, here's what I've been doing. It's really helpful. If you wouldn't mind, when I'm having a bad day, can I just give you a call and just go, fuck you, and hang up? And that's when I learned that malicious use of a communication device is actually a misdemeanor. And you should not confess to it ever. Star 6 7 every time.
I don't even want to ask if that's true. I don't even want to ask. Um, do you have a favorite show? I know you've only been doing it 7 months or so, but do you have a favorite show? And then the follow up is the least favorite show.
So my favorite show that I've ever done, honest to God, is an open mic that was ran by Frozen Squid. The magic was there. The comics were super fun. The crowd, like, have you ever seen a bar be packed for an open mic? Like, people showed up to watch it. They were into it. It was about the best crowd you could ask for.
Okay.
Like, it was great.
And you killed?
Oh yeah, every time. I mean, it was just, the crowd was awesome.
No, but I
Um,
mean your material and your stuff killed. You were killer.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Okay.
every time.
Okay.
Um, and admittedly, they were a very nice crowd. So I
Right.
mean, they were
Okay.
very generous with their laughter.
Well, do you have
Um,
a least favorite show?
yes, I went out to Denver and did an open mic out there.
Okay.
Oh my God! First off, all the comics were playing to the back of the room, so I brought like 20 people from work. There's a bunch of comics, and of course they're bumping me to the back of the list, right? Because I brought the only people that are not comics with me, and they're up there just doing the dirtiest like stuff, and all these coworkers are looking at me like, "Why the fuck are we here?" And I'm like, "It'll be fine. I'll go up soon. Don't worry. It'll be great."
Yeah.
And I finally go up. All the comics literally just left because I was the last one. So as their set was done, they're leaving. So I tell this joke to about 15 of my coworkers who at this point are offended, irritated, and tired. I bombed in front of my own friends. I
Oh
was like,
man.
motherfucker.
Wow.
I was
Wow.
like, I promise, guys, some people do find me funny.
um, Patrick Swayze.
That motherfucker. I have such a problem with him. And I'll tell you why. I've never met him
Wait,
personally.
wait. Let me do it again. Patrick Swayze.
Dude, it hurts me inside when I hear his goddamn name. And the thing is, I have to admit,
You gotta just wait a second. I just can't quite. Let's just. You're killing me here, Tim or Bubs. I'm sorry, you're killing me. First off, you know he's dead, right?
oh, thank God, yeah.
Oh God Almighty! God Almighty! What
That
is
was that,
wrong? What is
that was
wrong
one of
with
my
you,
biggest
son?
W's, man.
He's dead.
Yay! I
Yeah.
don't what I didn't bring any balloons, but we could definitely celebrate.
my friend,
Cheers.
my friend used to say, "Boy, we threw a party the night Leonard Skinner's plane crashed." All right, so let's get into it. What caused this disdain for
Well,
Mr. Deceased Swayze?
so first off, who gets off doing roundhouse kicks with their hair faded back like that and it doesn't damn move? That's not how fights work. You're setting an unrealistic expectation for women. Second off, my fucking wife loves the guy. And I'm not talking like, oh, she fell in love and wants to watch it on a date night. I'm talking she's 5 years old. She's sitting crisscross applesauce in front of the TV, watching Dirty Dancing and falling in love. And now I got to deal with that shit as a grown up. Now, keep in mind, physical opposite of me. So when she likes to play that stupid ass game, Free Pass, where she gets to pick somebody, and if she ever gets the chance, I can't get mad.
Yeah.
She didn't pick fucking Jelly Roll, or I wouldn't even be telling you about it. It's Patrick Swayze. My whole marriage, I had to hear that. Right. So when he fucking died, yeah, I celebrated. I won. Right. That's how that works. Game over. I win. Patrick Swayze's gone. Right.
He hasn't replaced him with a new one.
She fucking did. So we're watching Deadpool, which I'm super excited about. Right. I'm edge of my seat on this movie. And she starts tapping me. I'm like, what do you want? And she goes, that's my new Free Pass. Fucking Ryan Reynolds. Are you kidding me right now? Can you pick somebody with a belly just one time? Here's the worst part, though. She keeps poking me like, who's your Free Pass? You got to pick one. I don't fucking want to play this game. I don't want to play it at all. Come on, you got it. You got it. I said, all right, fine. It's your friend Stacy. Right now, she's all pissed off at me, and it's like, you can't get mad because mine's realistic. But I can assure you, she did, and she gets pissed every time I talk about it.
Oh, good. I just can't go. The only thing, and we don't know one another. For people that don't know, we've never met. I like doing them this way because the spontaneity. You don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what you're going to say. And what happens is, people say stuff that triggers me and gets me going. And when you were there and you were saying, I said Patrick Swayze, and you're like, oh, fuck him. It reminded me, and I'll just do this story real quick because I love this story. It's one of my favorites. I do it every Christmas. I had a boss, and he calls me Christmas Eve. Scotty. Yeah, George. Scotty, you got a second? Yeah, sure, George. Scotty, Raymo died. I'm like, oh my God, George, Christmas Eve, Raymo died. Fuck him, Scotty. Fuck him. I'm like, George, it's Christmas Eve. What is wrong with you? Fuck him, Scotty. He was a bad guy. I'm like, oh my God, George. And he really blew me away, Bubs. And finally I said to him, I said, George, it's Christmas Eve. I got people here for me, just for me, George. Just say one good thing about him. He's dead. Scotty, at least he wasn't twins. Okay, Merry Christmas, Scotty. That was the only good thing he could say.
There's not a second one.
So there you go. Patrick Swayze can say at least he wasn't twins.
Duh.
Oh, dude, my God.
Think about it like this, though. If you're playing a game of Would You Rather, right? And somebody gets to go out on a date with Patrick fucking Swayze. It's either you or your spouse, right? I'm talking the romance, the dancing, right?
Yeah.
Plus, I saw Roadhouse, so I knew he could keep me safe. I'm going on that fucking date. I get why she likes him. That's what makes it worse. If I dig deep down on the inside, that's probably my 5% gay area is Patrick fucking Swayze.
Yeah, but he's dead. Neither of you are going out with him unless you're digging up the corpse.
I would do it out of spite potentially, but again, I'd have to run it past my therapist.
You're a sick man, Tim. Bubs, you're a sick man.
I forgot to mention I was in the military. It comes with the discharge paperwork.
Yeah, thank you for your service. I'll be serious for a minute. You were in, although you do the joke about that, right?
Oh, absolutely. You got to laugh at your own.
No, about being in the Army.
Oh yeah. It made me super paranoid. It drives my wife absolutely nuts.
Was it you worked for the Salvation Army, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Doing
People do
bit for you. Yeah, but you really were. I'll be serious. You really were in the. You really, I guess, in the Army.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a combat engineer deployed to Afghanistan 2012 and 13, looking for IEDs.
For a second, I'll be serious. Thank you for your service. I mean that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I got a flag up there. I'm an American.
Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. But I'll tell you what, one of the side effects of that, you will come home extremely paranoid. Like I'm telling you, if a mouse farts in my basement, I wake up. And that's not a joke. Like, it's funny, but like I wake up. There was one night, I swear to God, I heard my front door open. And so I did what you do when you think somebody's coming in your house. Like I got my pistol, I put my Crocs on, I was ready to engage. Like this is 100% serious, right? And from behind me, my wife wakes up and goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Shut up! Somebody's in the house. Just stay calm." And
Yeah.
she's like, "Nobody's in the house, right?" And I'm building myself up, like the mindset that you have to engage somebody that wants to bring violence to your family. Like you got to be ready to bring it.
Right.
And then she says to me, "You're being silly." Yeah, I'm not even sure that I'm a grown man anymore after being called silly. What am I, like fucking 5? I'm not playing in the bathtub and splashing. I'm about to fucking kill somebody.
You
And you're
got
going to call me silly? But yeah, I never did find out if somebody was in my house because we just spent the rest of the time whisper fighting in the back.
Well, did you still have your Crocs on?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tactical.
Again, I didn't get past. You got your pistol and your Crocs.
Yeah. And I have freaking hiked my shorts up. You can't tell from this
Yeah,
video.
you would add slippers might have been a little better. Oh God, you're a riot. You are too funny. Um, Let me ask you, and I think I know the answer because you said earlier it's like a drug to you. You plan on doing this for a long time.
If I could figure out a way to do this full time,
Yeah.
I would really consider. I love my job. That's the worst
Right.
part. I
Right.
have a
Okay.
job that I love, but
Right.
this is just, oh my God. When you get a crowd laughing, I mean, there's nothing better in the world.
Well, I think there's a lot of hurdles you're going to have to jump as far as because we mentioned Jessica Phillips, who, if you've met her, I mean, I have nothing but the utmost admiration for Jessica. And she's actually branched out now where she's going and she's finding that where, she has to go outside that Uper area
Oh yeah.
because you're only going to reach so many people up there.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to do it full time, you're going to have to, and again, we can talk more off the air, but you're going to have to blow up on Instagram or TikTok or something, or just tour around other areas so people get to know who Bubs is.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Jessica's actually, I always joke she's my comedy mentor because
Okay.
I mean, she's a bit ahead in the game than I am time wise, but boy, is she just a go getter. So
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, how did you do that? Like, in fact, I found you through her
Yeah.
on Facebook. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is kind of how it works and stuff. But yeah, I got some stuff coming up. I'm looking to branch out of the UP.
Okay.
Pretty much any opportunity that gets out there, I throw my name at, see
Okay.
if I get it. I'm
Okay.
pretty good at rejection. I'm a guy, I date women, so that's get rejected a
Yeah.
lot.
I can tell with that whole Patrick Swayze thing. Hey,
Very territorial. No,
hey, Doc, I'm having problems making friends, you fucking cocksucker. What do you think the problem is? No, I think you're great. And, I will try to help. Like Jessica, I think it was 6 months or so almost since she was
yeah.
on. And, and I'm sure if you said she's your mentor and you spend any time talking to her or whatever, there's a lot of this and a lot of this and a lot of this and a lot of this.
Oh yeah.
And, just be prepared for it. And, I'll be there every step of the way because I just met you today.
Heck yeah.
And, I'll have, just like with Jessica, we'll go a few months, we'll see how you're doing. And, if there's anything I can do, because I'm starting to get comedians well, I've done them from all over I think I'm getting on all 50 states now. Out of
Nice.
Canada, China, God, Hong Kong. I even had a guy with a duck. That's no shit. No shit. But anyway, let's just cover one last thing because we are running out of time. I want
Yeah.
to make sure that you cover every, upcoming gigs or, again, you just said you're planning on some stuff, hopefully getting out of that area a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, so unfortunately, what I'm going to tell you next is both in this area, but
Okay.
I have worked in Chicago. I
All
did
right.
a couple of sets down in Wisconsin, down Green Bay area. But coming up here, I'm going to be at Nagani. There's a bar up there called the Jay's 41 Jersey's 41.
Okay.
The fellow that runs the extra is now booking for them, so he put me on there.
Good.
Super
Good.
excited about that show.
Wonderful.
And then I just got invited to do the stand-up comedy festival in Marquette, Michigan. I'm
Wonderful.
very
Wonderful.
excited.
And when is that?
That's going to be November 7th.
Okay. Well, we'll
At
get
the
this up. I'll try and get this up as soon as possible. Maybe next week or so. I'll try and get it up or the following week, and we'll
Yeah.
help promote it. And listen, I didn't mean to sound negative, and I don't by any means because I support every comedian comes on this show, I support all comedians. You
Yeah.
know? But the one thing I'll tell you is drive and desire. Just keep going, go like Jessica does, and keep uh, do the Instagram. And with that, I mean not just your stand up bit, but do a skit here or there if you can, and try and because that helps. You get the followers, get more people out to your shows, more bookers that want to book you, that kind of thing. It snowballs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah.
working on it. Again, it's a
Okay.
little weird being 40 going on the Instagram, but I'm working on it.
You know, did I tell you how old I am?
Yeah.
Son, do you, do you
I'll quit complaining about it.
yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck are you talking? Shut up. Just shut up. What the hell's wrong with you?
Did I mention my back
I'm
hurts every
done now.
morning?
I'm done. I'm pissed off. Next thing you're gonna tell me I fell off my dinosaur. All right, Bubs, we're getting to that point. Do you know what
Absolutely.
time it is?
It is your comedy minute.
Yep. So I'll do a formal introduction. We're just gonna go Bubs. Bubs, your comedy minute, my friend. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So today's Friday at work. They let us wear jerseys. I stopped watching football in 2013 when they were doing the take a knee, not a knee. We're going to film it. Are you
Okay.
mad about it?
Right,
I'm
right,
like,
right.
I'm out. I'm out. So today I'm looking to see what I want to wear. I'm like, screw it. I'll just put on my football jersey. We're allowed to wear them on Fridays. It'll be great. I didn't think any problem. I'm a Bears fan, sort of. At this point, I can call myself a fan. I'm in heavy Packer country. So everybody's walking, oh, Bears fan, Bears fan. And now that I'm kind of on the outside of it, I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, are you heckling me right now because of what other grown men wear on a football field that you don't know? Right? Like we're arguing about this right now. You're razzing me like, oh, you got 2004. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what my fucking kids were doing in 2004, let alone the Chicago Bears. Like, it's crazy to me that people just want to come have that conversation with you. Side note, my jersey doesn't say I want to talk to you. You know what I mean? Leave me alone. I'm just trying to get my damn job done. If you want to have awkward conversations with strangers, jerseys are a good way to go.
I just had a guy on last night. Was just on last night. Um, I'm gonna forget his name, but anyway, he's got his shirt. He has merchandise out, and his shirt is "fuck your shirt."
Nice.
And I got if you back up a little bit, I love your shirt.
Bush lattes, baby.
Well, there you go. I got a bush.
All right. Bush.
Oh, my friend. Listen,
Oh
I
yeah.
had a wonderful time. I hope you did too.
Oh, I really did. This was a great experience. I appreciate
Okay,
it so
cool.
much.
Well, let me thank you one last time, and we're going to get back together. But let me stop the recording so we can talk a little bit off the air, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, thank you very much, Bubs, and I'll talk to you real soon. Let me stop the recording.
All right. Thank you.